Okay, hello everyone. Today I will be explaining my IMDB dataset movie reviews sentiment analysis, which is necessary for my admission into Fellowship.Ai. Um, the so I have chosen the challenge, the NLP challenge, which is requires me to perform sentiment analysis on an IMDB dataset of 50,000 movie reviews. Um, So here we go. This initial code block was a pre-given one. I really don't use it, but basically it converted the dataset into a CSV format, but it isn't really useful as I only imported. I used a Kaggle to create the Jupyter notebook. So using Kaggle's own API, I downloaded the dataset directly. With this being the uh, path to dataset for the files. I have then downloaded all of these libraries, including Panda, NumPy, Scikit-learn, and NLTK for various reasons. After which I have used Panda to read the dataset entirely, in which, as you can see, has two columns of 50,000 reviews each. And if we focus on sentiment purely, there are 25,000 positive and 25,000 negative reviews. And using df.tail and df.head, we can see the both sides of the reviews at the top and at the end. But unfortunately, there are a few of these unnecessary symbols mentioned in the dataset that we have to clean. So, which will be do afterwards. I have then used sentiment analysis. To implement sentiment analysis, I have encoded both positive and negative sentiments to the values 0 and 1, which will make it easier for us when making the model. And as such, when we redo the value counts for sentiment, the values are now 1 and 0 instead of positive and negative. After which I implement sklearn's model for training split, in which we initialize a training dataset of 40,000 reviews, out of which the validation dataset is of 5,000 and testing is also of 5,000, purely on sentiment. For the training dataset, we have removed 20% of the entire. We have only considered for 20% of the entire dataset with a random state of 42, out of which for the validation dataset, the dataset size is only of 0.5%, 0.5, and with a random state of 42 as well. After which the values for train, validation, test are assigned to train data, val data, and test data. We then use tokenizer and pad sequences to make sure that all the values are usable within the model, and it is actually usable with a max length of 200 characters per line. All of the values in reviews are then tokenized and as such converted to pad sequences. And then using TensorFlow, we then create a model. We first embed the values using the 5,000 test data and convert it into 128 vector 2D vectors with input of 200. The model uses an LSTM model, long short-term memory model, and using 64 reviews a chunk, we implement 0.2% to 0.2 dropout rate, so meaning 20% of data is removed recurrently to prevent overfitting, and then overall a single data set will be given at the end. When compiling the dataset, we use the Adam optimizer for efficient optimization. The binary cross-entropy for loss, as we are focusing mainly on 1 and 0, we are binary essentially, and we are only focusing on matrix accuracy. And we are also implementing early stopping as to prevent overstopping as well. After fitting all of these values within 10 epochs with a batch size of 64, we run the model. After which total parameters are 2068,421 with a total size of 7.9 MB. Afterwards, we save the dataset, save the model, and after loading the model, we can gauge its accuracy and loss. with a model accuracy of 87% and a loss of 30%. Using a matplotlib, we can see the overall accuracy and loss in graph format. And then afterwards, we predict the sentiment by tokenizing and adding it again and implementing an if condition where if probability is greater than 0.5, then it is positive, otherwise it is negative. And as such, we have two examples here where the new review is this movie was amazing, I loved it so much. The overall sentiment is then gauged as positive with a confidence of 95%. And this movie was average for others, but I really loved it, with the sentiment also being positive and confidence of 0.89%. I also have to talk about why I wish to join the fellowship, as I am an aspiring ML engineer and data scientist, currently studying fintech at Fast Newses, Lahore, Pakistan. For me, pursuing this fellowship, after looking at the projects the other fellows have made in this program, it is extremely beneficial and something I really hope to pursue, as I believe it will allow me to really engage myself and challenge myself to grow and gain the skills required to become a capable ML scientist. And I believe the fellowship will allow me for that. Plus, I am also interested in the paid externship afterwards. I hope this will be enough for my acceptance, and I hope there aren't any issues afterwards. Thank you.